Welcome to Made for More podcast, where faith and personal growth converge. I'm Julia, and I'm honored to guide you on a journey of empowerment and transformation alongside our occasional co-host, Omar. We are passionate believers and advocates for unlocking your God-given full potential. Join us as we explore the intersection of faith, life, business, and relationships, igniting a fire within to embrace the truth that your life is destined for greatness. Together, we'll uncover strategies, insights, and stories that inspire and equip you to become the best version of yourself. Get ready to embark on a fulfilling quest towards personal and professional fulfillment, guided by faith and the unwavering belief that you, my friend, are made for more. Hey y'all, welcome back to Julia Keeps It Real show. So excited you're back. If you haven't really listened in on the last couple of episodes, check them out, especially if you're in business. I kind of gave you some summer DMOs, daily method of operations that you can implement. I'm so sad that I literally recorded a podcast episode, a guest episode, because y'all love those. I've gotten lots of feedback on when I bring other guests on and I'm asking them some questions and things like that. But I did it as a Facebook Live, and I don't know if it was because of the Wi-Fi and it was spotty, but it would not let me record or download the audio so I can download it here to the podcast. I'm so mad about it, but it's okay. It's still a Facebook Live. So if you do not already follow me on social media, and we're going to talk about social media today on this episode. Hello, my name is Julia Graham Chapman. So check that out in the show notes. Literally, if you go to Facebook and type in Graham with an H, Graham -CHAPMAN, you're only going to see like 4 in the whole entire world because our name is legit made up. Like my dad merged his real dad and his stepdad's name together, which is why our last name is Graham Chapman. So anyway, there's that. Find me, find the Facebook Live with Ivana Johnson. She is amazing. She talks about overcoming challenges in business and in life. Literally, was homeless at a time, staying at her mom's house, not really having income, to now thriving on her own, and talking about how she went through that. And just some things that are just good reminders on how to live life. And it's not going to always be sunshine and roses. So when it's not, what do we do to get out of that funk? What do we do to get out of that situation to be able to pivot and bloom after? So check that out. I won't be able to, unless miraculously I'm able to figure it out later. But as for now, that podcast episode is going to live in Facebook Live land. Also, I've had a couple people reach out to me about like, how do you do this too? And I'll tell you right now, I look a hot mess. I have like a couple of days left before I have to go back to work. This episode will probably drop since it's the 4th of July weekend and I know people are out and about. It's probably going to drop on my first day back at work, you guys. Now, when they made our calendar, which I mean, you can't really do anything about it because I have to work 210 days. So I'm sure that's just how it had to be. But literally the day after the 4th of July, I have to report back to work at 7:30 in the morning. I have to be in my seat ready to work. It's so early. During the school year, that doesn't seem bad. But whenever it's hello, 4th of July, it's nighttime. You want to see the fireworks, so you technically stay up for that. On top of that, some people are ridiculous and pop them anyway when they're not supposed to at midnight. And so I'm going to be up all night. I just feel like, and then I have to be up at 5:30 to get ready and dressed and move in to be at work at 7:30. It's crazy. So anyway, I say all that to say, this podcast episode will probably drop on my first day back at work. And I do love podcasting. So for those that are interested in podcasting, I wish y'all could see me right now because when I say I look a hot mess, I look a hot mess. And I might get myself together so I can go to the lake and get on my friend's boat here this afternoon. But it's kind of nice that I can come pour into you guys, give you value, grab coffee, grab your favorite drink, whatever, grab your hydrate boost, shameless plug, and just hang out with me, right? So I love that. For me, even when I listen to podcasts, I'm working out, I'm walking, I'm getting back into the groove of that. I am driving to work, I'm doing something at work that I can listen to while I'm working. No kid, like in July, I can't really do that during the school year. So shout out to all of you guys that are able to do that. So if you're interested in podcasting, you want to know how I do it, I'm not sure. I for sure will do a podcast episode and drop some tips and things. So check that out whenever I get the time to kind of marinate all my thoughts. I might turn it into a course as well, because I think that'd be super fun. I've had so many people ask about it. So there's that. What am I here for? I already forgot. What's the title? Oh, okay. We're talking about, I did a big ramble I wasn't expecting. We're talking about stepping out of our comfort zone. Okay. So I tell people all the time, as a coach, as a friend, life, the things I've learned over time is when I step out of my comfort zone and I do something unfamiliar, I learn. And I did a podcast episode recently about traveling, like going places unfamiliar, stepping out of your comfort zone. Like I always leave an experience like that better. And it's the same in business and it's the same in life, right? And I have gotten even comfortable in business. Like I had to step out of my comfort zone and do Facebook Lives whenever they were like new and scary. And then I had to step out of my comfort zone and learn how to podcast and try that out. And then I had to step out of my comfort zone and switch companies or, just find different ways to work your business and do well. And now TikTok's been around for a little bit, right? And so I'm like, oh my God, you thought it was just for kids. And then it turned into like so much more. You guys, I had to limit myself on TikTok because I can literally scroll it for hours. But if you're like, okay, I don't want to just watch people dance, you can literally follow a certain type of topic and that'll keep coming up in your feed. So if you want to know like good recipes on, keto or good recipes for vegan or where to travel, like there's so much on TikTok now. It's insane. It's literally like a videoed Google. Like instead of searching Google, just go to TikTok and search and somebody will show you how to make the recipe. I'm actually going to try a recipe this week. Somebody's going to show you how to do the workout to get the cute butt. Somebody's going to show you how to do your makeup. Somebody's going to show you how to get your plants to bloom. Like there's so much. It's ridiculous. And so I had to get out of my way. I really had to get out of my way because I was like, oh, I don't want to do TikTok. TikTok's, this is whatever. But it's new. It's different. It's foreign. And I would have to learn something, right? Same with Reels. So then Reels come out and I'm like, okay, it's another form. Got to figure this out too. And I used to think, especially for people that work their business full time or they don't have a full-time job and their business, I'm like, well, of course y'all have time for this. Y'all got time to do transitions and like 10 clips and form a video. Y'all got time to create content like this that's super fun and creative. I don't got time for this. I work literally 10 hours a day all throughout the year. So when I get home, it's 5:36. I got to still eat, shower, check in, I'm like, and the weekends are precious. I don't want to go do a full glam. So I just always was like, nope, not going to do it. Don't even see these people converting sales. I don't even see these people getting teammates. They get a viral video and then what? Well, I started thinking more and more and I started listening, right? We get in our own way sometimes because we have our thought and we have our opinion. And sometimes we have to do some deep thinking. Why do I think that? Why am I scared? Because we might not even think that you're scared. You might just be like, I'm not scared, so I want to do it. Okay, but there's a limiting belief somewhere there as well. So when I decided to like dive a little deeper into why do I not want to do it? Why do I think this way? Is it really true that people are not thriving, are growing their businesses by having Reels or TikToks? And no, that's not really always true. There are plenty of people. I know one lady, she's like, I was number one in sales in my entire company because I decided to start doing TikTok videos. Another girl in health and wellness, she's like, I massively grew my team and I tripled my income because of quick short form videos. Like I'm seeing more and more people say that. And so I would look into it, I was like, all right, let me look into this more. Let me learn. Let me figure out like, how can I do a simple version? How can I just do it messy? Like I started my podcast episodes, like I started my Facebook Lives, like you learn as you go, it's not something that just happens. And so one of my friends, Lindsay, she's actually been on the podcast before, Lindsay Walters, go back and check out her podcast episode, special guest episode. And I was chatting with her because I know she's pretty consistent with her TikToks and Reels. And I was like, hey girl, do you really feel like these convert? Like, Tell me about it. What you think? And I reached out to, I think somebody else too, but I can't remember honestly off the top of my head. And she was just like, I mean, yeah, you're going to get new followers. Like your audience doesn't always see your Facebook lives anyway. Your audience doesn't always see your posts anyway, right? It's very limited. You're lucky if you even get 10% of your network to see your stories, your posts, your lives, your content. Like that's huge. And 10% is so small, but like do the math. 5,000, if you're maxed out on Facebook with 5,000 friends, if you have 500 people looking at your stories, if you have 500 people tuning into your lives, if you have 500 people reading and commenting and liking your posts, that's like huge. And I could tell because of my own experiences, that's probably you're not getting that all the time, right? But whenever you do a reel or a TikTok, you can have 500 views in a matter of seconds. And you're basically showing your current audience, you're able to expand more to them. And on top of that, you're able to connect with a new audience a little bit faster. And it was a good point that she made. It's like, yeah, no, you may not, right? Like one chick was like, I get sales right away. Like it just happens. But she was able to build that up, right? But she's like, no, but you get new followers. You get your network that's already your friend to actually watch something and be entertained. And now, it catches their attention, or it shows up in their feed now, and now they're interested. Or those people that start following you or click your video or whatever, now they see your content, and eventually over time, they might message you once they kind of get to know, like, and trust you, right? And they know, like, and trust you through your stories, through your lives, through your posts and things like that. And so she just reminded me about like how it takes time, just like everything else. And I was like, I just don't know if I want to put a lot of time and energy in something that like I think may happen. And she's like, but don't you already do that? Don't you already do that? Like, don't you already put time into a Facebook Live? You don't know if you're going to get a sale or a new teammate. Don't you already put time into your weekly emails? Don't you? And so I was like, you're right. Like, why am I holding myself back? I think I'm just, I can do this. I know I can. The other thing that was holding me back was being an assistant principal and not wanting like kids to find me and people in education and just that whole like stereotype stigma that comes around with like, if you're an educator, but also regardless if I'm an assistant principal or not, like I feel like I'm a decently, like I don't put anything provocative or crazy or like super, super opinionated. So I wasn't really worried about that part because that's just not who I am anyway. But I also was worried about like, do I want to have all my stuff out there, like being super public? So I had like my TikTok private because I didn't want kids to try to find me. I had my Instagram private for a while because middle school kids are on Instagram. And then I finally had to realize like I can't grow with a private account. And on top of that, like, who cares? Who cares if I have a fun video? They're lucky they have a cool assistant principal that's on TikTok and Instagram and doing reels, right? Then maybe it's fine. If a parent finds me, hi, follow me, buy from me, let me be your coach, So it's just something that I had to, again, that belief, that excuse that I was allowing to get in the way. I'm not going to let it get in the way anymore. Not knowing what to do. Like y'all, I purchased a free course. I purchased a paid course. I've learned so much with both of them. I go to YouTube and learn videos. And I just play in the app and I'm like, okay, this is cool. Like I'm not fancy and I may not ever be that fancy, but at least I can like look at trending audio, make it apply to what I do in business and my brand and post it and have fun with it. And so that's what I'm doing. And so I want to encourage you, whether you want to join me and do a July Reels Challenge, the ladies in Faith Freedom Flow this month, I have challenged them to do it with me. So you can join our group. Obviously, it's a paid group membership program where you get coaching support, ideas and trainings and freebies and things like that throughout the whole year. So we're halfway through the year now, but you can still join us because we still have half a year to go. And this is like my favorite part of the year is like the second half, like fall and winter and holiday season. And I don't know, it's just super fun when it comes to business this time of year coming. So get into Faith Freedom Flow. You can also schedule a coaching call with me. I have several options. You could do a power session, which is 30 minutes. You could do a one-time call with a follow-up, or you could do ongoing coaching with my VIPs where you get me for the quarter and you get that extra support and we check in and we're able to go a little bit deeper than just like one issue. And we can even talk about how to get better at reels. We could talk about how to podcast. We could talk about whatever it is that you want extra support and help and coaching around. I'm here for it. Like, I'm here for it. So if you want that information, reach out to me. I can give you my Calendly and you can book a coaching call with me. Obviously, all this information is on juliakeepsitreal.co. So if you literally just type in to your search bar or your internet, juliakeepsitreal.co, not com.co, you will see all of the things that I'm able to provide and help you and serve you with. So I just want to encourage, if it's not Reels, if it's not TikTok, maybe it's something else, but I will say it's 2022 and we're almost to 2023, and like, you can't stay stuck. Like, think about the people that stay stuck in like door-to-door sales. Sure, you can still do them. People still do home parties. People still do events. But a lot of times the growth in that now is not like it was back then. The growth back then was super high. Like, you could have a thriving business really quickly. But now, I mean, somebody come knocking on my ring door and be like, what you want? Like, I'm not answering. Will you do a home party? I'd be like, no, I don't want people over here right now. I'm not in the mood for that. Or like, I don't even do online parties. Like, I don't attend them. So it makes me hard to want to host one. I will try probably a couple here soon and maybe during holiday season. But yeah, every time I'm invited to them, I'm like, delete, no. And so it's just a cool way. Literally, just think about it. In a 10-second video, you can reach your current network at a higher percentage, way higher than 10%. And you can also expand to new people and bring them into your network by a 10-second video. Insane. So think about that. If it's not that, maybe you need to still step into lives. Like, if you're still not even doing Facebook lives, girl, come on. If you're in business, if you're not doing, you don't even have to do it like fancy. You could just literally record a video and post that. Post your own 30-second video on your Facebook, on your Instagram, and your stories. If you're not even doing stories yet, like, hop into stories. And who knows what the next thing is, but basically just find something new and different that you haven't tried in a while, because we get comfortable, okay? We get comfortable in business. So step out of your comfort zone, start the podcast, start doing the reels, start doing whatever it is that might be, start blogging, do YouTube. Like, YouTube is a whole untapped, well, it's tapped, but you know what I mean? Like, some people don't even touch YouTube. Like, some people have a whole business and you've never posted a video on YouTube. You never know who might be looking for you. I have had people join my boutique when I was with Hello Pink and Asher Kate. I've had people join when I was with Lime Life and when I was with Pomifera, all because they found my YouTube video. And especially being a woman of color, people were like, I haven't seen a Black person in this company. And so they either joined me because they could relate to me, or they like my Keep It Real personality. And so they were like, hey, I like your vibes. I found your YouTube video. And I'm like, really? My YouTube video? Like, which one? The one I posted a year ago? Or I still get people, you guys, still. They'll be like, hey, are you still with Hello Pink? And I'm like, no, girl. Go find like a newer video on YouTube. Go find a newer video. So I say all that to say, step out of your comfort zone, expand yourself, okay? You can do it. I know you can. Just take the few days to learn it, to check it out, to research it, to look at some how-to videos, and to just do it messy. That's my favorite and best advice for anyone, especially in business, to do it messy. But I even think that is a great life tip, because so many times people like, and I'm not like a perfectionist, but I do like things to be done well. But even in, my role as administrator, sometimes I just do things messy, and I like messy action because at least it's action. And we can course correct, we can fail forward, but we're not going to just stay where we are and not do anything. We're going to do something. So that's my tip and advice for you today, is to take some messy action and to move forward and step out of your comfort zone. I love y'all. Have a good day. Bye.